So I watched the Honest trailer for Metroid Prime Remastered from the Fandom Games channel. Have you guys seen it? Maybe you enjoyed it, but personally I've found it to be one of their worst Honest trailers they've done. Let's go through this thing and I'll share my thoughts with you.
Return to a simpler time and squash some bugs in a space maze with Lady Halo.
So the first Halo game came out a year before Metroid Prime 1, so I assume that's where they're coming from with this, but it also seems a little dismissive since Metroid was first before Halo or even Doom overall. Without Metroid and Doom, Master Chief doesn't even exist.
Descend to the surface of Talon 4 as you prepare to brave its hostile landscape and discover the secrets of the ancient race that made the entire thing into an elaborate saw trap by getting deep in all of its nooks and crannies and collecting the usual pieces of supersuit they conveniently left behind puzzles for kindergartners.
So you're saying the puzzles are for kindergartners while simultaneously complaining later that you don't know where to go or what to do.
Then blast your way closer to the heart of the planet's mystery and your fight with the game's singular actual Metroid.
I don't know if this was supposed to be a joke or an observation or what it is, but it's completely inaccurate. Like what?
At least until you forget that the game doesn't have autosaves and lose an hour of progress at the bottom of a lava pit.
Not saving for an entire hour is honestly your fault, and that's coming from someone who did it.
Because no matter how hard they try, they can't remaster the shitness out of first-person platforming.
Tell me you're bad at first-person platforming without telling me you're bad at first-person platforming.
Experience a completionist nightmare, masquerading as a fun video game for children.
Literally every single word in that sentence is completely wrong. There's a decent amount to collect and scan, sure, but this game is way down on the list of games that are absurdly difficult to 100%, and it's shorter than most of those games overall. Also, Nintendo published it, so I guess it's just rated T for toddlers.
As you plumb the planet's depths compulsively for every last missile tank, making mental notes of every funny wall you couldn't get through, so you can have the exciting opportunity to backtrack to it later once you have the get through the funny wall beam. An experience Metroid has somehow Stockholm Syndrome into its fans into enjoying.
This series literally pioneered the Metroidvania formula, and at this point, almost every game has some iteration of like, find this item to be able to get to this place. If you don't like Metroidvania, that's fine, but this statement honestly comes across as a bit ignorant to me.
Then discover the true obsessive-compulsive curse of Metroid Prime as you open up the scanner and realize that every single enemy, pickup, item of interest, and a large amount of random walls have collectible descriptions and flavor text, none of which you can get if you're in the headset mode where you can actually shoot guns.
So those random walls that you mentioned actually explain a lot of things that you're questioning, and they're really not that hard to find. Reading is helpful.
Making you play the entire game like you're the final form of Dora the Explorer, while giant bugs fly up your crap hole. Collecting vital information like try blowing this one up, and this tree is very old.
I mean, the Dora joke is kind of funny, but also if you don't want to learn about the world and you just want to walk around shooting stuff, you can totally do that. You don't have to walk around with the scan visor up the whole time.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that Samus might not have the scientific method 100% down.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here as well and say I don't think whoever wrote this video actually played this game.
Battle your way through an ancient alien quarantine as you choose your control scheme from the GameCube Classic. Or if you hate yourself for some reason, Wii motion controls.
I honestly don't understand why everybody just thinks it's cool to hate on motion controls. Some games absolutely do it poorly, but the majority of the time, if you're having a difficult time, you're just bad at it. I'm sorry.
Then settle into combat that can technically be called first-person shooting, where 95% of the time, all of the work is done for you by the lock-on button, leaving you plenty of time to focus on awkwardly dodging and strafing about. In combat that's serviceable, but never quite lost the feeling that it was designed by people who didn't play enough Doom.
Bro, what? Prime and Doom play almost exactly the same. Both the original and 2016 Doom. Doom is literally Prime, but with more blood and no lock-on feature. Like, what are you talking about?
But the reviewers will say crazy things about anyway, because they were all 13 when the original game came out.
Did this game hurt you? Are you okay?
And they've imprinted onto it like a freshly hatched baby bird. Just saying, if you're gonna call Metroid a great shooter, you gotta throw up Donkey Kong 64 in that Hall of Fame too.
I get this is a joke, but like, no. No. Just no.
So charge up that Mega Man arm. and turn your internal organs into a meat slurry inside your weird cybersonic roly-poly ball.
So I totally get this one with the morph ball, but in this game you can very clearly see that the morph ball is bigger than she is and she can totally fit inside of it. There's no Pokeball shenanigans going on here.
As you rediscover one of Nintendo's most beloved franchises from a new perspective. Or more likely, wallow in your pre-existing nostalgia for it, like the Nintendo Paypig you know yourself to be.
He says as he happily purchases the 375th iteration of Call of Duty for $95 USD.
Because if you're playing this thing for the first time in the year of our Lord 2023, you might bounce off of it like a Switch remote off a brand new 50-inch flat screen.
There's always a chance that you don't like a game, which clearly this guy really doesn't. But dude, I legit played the original one like last year with no nostalgia for the game or for Samus as a character, and I loved it. I didn't have any trouble.
I mean, you don't even get to see a pixelated bikini at the end of this one. Though I guess the trade-off is that you can see Samus look disappointingly back at you through the visor. I mean, it's a different brand, but I'm kinda into it.
Bro, you need help.
Starring. Wait, where am I supposed to go again? Oh, that was just here. Nope, still can't do whatever that is. Maybe it's back this way. Nope, that's the room where I burned to death. What did I get the last time I played this? Know what? Screw this. Just gonna stand here until the hint system kicks on.
Okay, I mean, yeah, that all can kind of be true, especially if it's your first time playing the game. It is super refreshing, though, to not be just completely railroaded through a game. Okay, so before you come at me in the comments, obviously, these videos are just supposed to be jokes. I understand that. But usually, to me at least, the funniest jokes are funny because there's some amount of truth to them, and this video seems to be severely lacking in truth. It literally didn't even seem like whoever wrote this actually played the game, at least not all the way through. So what did you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will catch you later.